Hi everyone and welcome back. If you are new here then hello, my name is Zoe and this is my YouTube channel. Today I'm sharing 10 makeup techniques that will transform your look. Today we're focusing on finishing touches, so these techniques are going to finish your makeup off, make it look elevated. I've pretty much done my whole face. We are pretty much finished, but it can definitely look better. If you want to see my 10 makeup tips which is going to transform your finishing touches, then keep watching. Okay, so my tip number 1 is mascara before lashes. Now I find that this just helps blend my false lashes so much better if I apply mascara first, and because I am quite fair, when I put my lash on you can't see how light my lashes are underneath, so I always do mascara first before any lash, especially if you're doing a half lash, which I'm doing today. I think it just blends it so much better. I have got dedicated false lash tutorials, I'll leave in the description if you need any help or advice with your lashes, but I just think mascara first helps me blend, and you can't see how light my natural lashes are underneath. Okay, so my mascara is done. I'm just popping my lash on top and that just blends so much easier. Okay, tip number 2, which I think is such an underrated technique, is to make your eyes pop using a nude in the waterline. Now if you don't like anything too smoky, a nude in your waterline is going to make your eyes pop so much. If you like smokiness, a brown or a black in your waterline to enhance the smokiness, but if you want your eyes to appear wider, brighter and pop a little bit more, a nude is just the way to go. White liner can sometimes have the opposite effect, whereas a nude will enhance the whiteness of your eyes and make them pop. Today I'm using a pencil from Zoeva, and I'm just applying this all on my waterline. And you can see close up, it just makes your eyes pop a little bit more, just makes it look a little bit more polished. And I just think just a small little step, I love how much of a difference it makes. Okay, tip number 3, to make your eyes pop a little bit more as well, I like to highlight the inner corners of my eyes. Now if you've done something a little bit more sparkly to your eye, you can use your highlighter that you've used on your face, a little bit more of a shimmery highlighter, it looks really nice. But because I've gone for a matte look today, I'm just going to use a brightening powder to highlight my inner corners. So I'm using this one from P. Louise and it's in the shade Petal. It's a lovely brightening powder and I'm just going to take it on a small brush. I'm going to place this just to my inner corners and I'm going to bring it up onto my eyelid a little bit as well. Now again, if you're using a shimmery highlighter, do exactly the same. It's just going to brighten and make your eyes pop a little bit more. But I think that just looks so much cleaner and finished off. Okay, so that's eyes finished off. Moving on to number 4, I think we're on, is to sharpen up your contour using a loose powder. Now if you get to the end of your makeup and you feel like maybe you could have blended things a little bit better, or you want things to sharpen up a little bit more, this is the way to go. So take your loose powder, you can also use a pressed powder, and either a powder puff, a brush, or I'm just using a sponge because this is what I've used to apply my base makeup today, and it's got a nice sharp pointy edge. I'm going to dip it into the powder. Don't need too much, but just enough to kind of cover that whole area. Now we're going to use this to sharpen up our contour, so take it from your ear and just bring it down. Don't worry if you feel like you applied too much because we're going to dust it away anyway, but it just helps you create a really nice clean line. And also if you feel like you've blended it down a little bit too much, this is going to really help just clean everything up, make everything look a little bit more sharper, again a little bit more defined. And I kind of like to curve it up slightly as I get to my cheek area, just so it's not too sharp all the way down. And it does look a little bit crazy at first, but you can leave this on depending if you have like more oily skin, more dry skin. I'm more dry, so I literally sharpen it up and then brush it away. If you're a bit more oily and you want a stronger set, you can leave this on for a little bit longer as well. Just a clean brush and just buff underneath, just so you've got too much extra powder, and it will soften that line slightly as well, but it'll just make everything look a little bit more sharp and defined. Now I think that looks so much better. Moving on to blush and bronzer, I've left out my nose and I've done the rest of my face just so you can see a before and after. Now I always used to forget my nose because I don't usually contour, but I just feel like sometimes in pictures I've got like bronzy and blush cheeks and everywhere else, and my nose just looks really left out, so I always apply a little bit of bronzer and a little bit of blush to my nose as well because I don't contour. If you contour, you may find you don't need to do this step, but I do feel like sometimes it looks a little bit left out if I don't apply anything there. So a little bit of bronzer, I'm just going to add it to my nose. Honestly, I'm not really too neat with it either. I'll just blend this out. And I do feel like it just makes everything look symmetrical and even, and nowhere's left out. Tiny bit of blush as well, depending on how much I've used on the day. Just a little bit. And I just feel like that looks a lot more even and finished off. Tip number 6 is just sharpening up your eyeshadow a little bit and making the face look a little bit more lifted. This is really handy if you've done a winged eyeliner as well. I just think this finishes it off so nice. I'm going to take that same brightening powder. You could do this with your translucent powder as well while you do your face contour, but sometimes I find this blends a little bit more easier for me. So just on that same flat brush, I'm going to take this along here and just sharpen up my eyeshadow. Now I haven't done a winged eyeliner today, but I have blended my eyeshadow up and out, and this is just going to help define that. I blend it all the way back. It doesn't create as much as a harsh line as it does using your translucent powder, so if you just want something to look a little bit more blended and a little bit more lifted, something like this is just really easy. And I feel like that side just looks a little bit more lifted and sharper. I do tend to do this with concealer as I'm doing my base makeup, but sometimes once I've blended my bronzers and things like that, I kind of lose the shape of it a little bit at the end. So this, I think, just finishes it off so nicely. Okay, we're moving on to lips. Now I have a whole video dedicated to lips on my channel. It's actually one of my most viewed videos, and it's all about how to line your lips and overline them a little bit. If you have a smaller lip like me and you like to overline, this is the best trick. Okay, so when you're overlining, you only want to overline the centre, so your cupid's bow and just under here. I emphasise more overlining my cupid's bow because my top lip is much smaller than my bottom lip, but either way you always want to join back where your natural lip finishes. I always kind of start where I want to overline, and then the sides I just join back where I naturally finish. And then depending on what I'm going for, sometimes I don't want my cupid's bow to be too defined, so I kind of go and draw like a straight line so it looks a little bit more pouty. I find as well, if you kind of smile slightly, it does tighten the lips a little bit and it helps you draw a bit better. Okay, tip number 8, this is lip gloss. If you want your lips to look more pouty and pop a little bit more, only apply your lip gloss to the very centre of your lip. Now I learnt this trick from a Scott Barnes makeup tutorial, and the placement does make your lips pop a lot more. Okay, so I've got a Fenty gloss here. I'm going to go just in the centre and I'm going to bring it over that liner. And then for the top lip, again, I'm going to go all the way up the top of the liner. And I'm just going to highlight my cupid's bow. If you think of it as like a highlighter, really, you apply your highlighter to the places that you want to be lifted. This is exactly the same. Okay, tip number 9, we want to make sure everything's fully blended, especially down our neck and our chin before we set anything, especially if you've done more of a bronzy makeup look, if you've done more of a full coverage like I have today. Really want to make sure I've got no harsh lines or anything like that, so I always take a little bit of bronzer just to finish off, press it into the brush, and I always just go around my chin and down my neck, just so you don't get any lines. You want to make sure everything is blended, because you may have tan on and you may have had to do a darker foundation to match your neck. Bring your bronzer down just so everywhere sort of matches and blends in together. Okay, last but not least is setting spray. Now, even if you want a little bit more of a matte look and you use a matte setting spray, I would recommend using a dewy setting spray just to kind of melt everything together, especially if you've used a little bit more powder. If you've gone a bit more full coverage like I have today, I've used more powder to set everything down. I don't like anywhere looking really like powdery, but this will still be long lasting, and even if you are a bit more oily or you want it to last all day and all night, you can go in with a mattifying setting spray after this. This more dewy setting spray, you can use any, will just help everything melt together and sort of become as one. And then if you want a stronger hold, go in with your stronger one after, but definitely a more of a dewy one first, just to melt everything together. So a nice good spray, waft it dry, and then I'll give it a press in so I know I'm not going to get any watermarks. And now I definitely think my makeup now looks 10 times more elevated than it did earlier. And they're just little tweaks as well. You don't have to do all of them, just find one that suits you. But I just love little things that you can add into your routine that just make your makeup look a little bit more elevated. And it really does transform your makeup, even just little tweaks and little tips, just little changes to finish it off. I know we focused on finishing touches today, but I'm going to do a few of these videos on different aspects of your makeup and like foundation and eyes and things like that. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed these tips. Let me know if you did down in the comments. Please give it a big thumbs up if you did, and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next week in my next one. Bye!